Hey everybody, I hope you've had a blessed week this week. Um, just wanted to come on here and really just give a sort of a prophecy update slash warning. I'm starting to hear, and I've already heard it from at least three different sources that are some. One of them may not be a Christian source, but he keeps up with what's going on in the news and with the government and such. And he's reporting, he's the first one or second one probably behind a pastor that does these prophecy updates. But the warning is that end of January, beginning of February is going to be a rough time, both for Canada and for America, as far as things on the shelf in the grocery stores or goods that are made in Canada. So we do 24, about, I believe they said roughly $24 billion worth of fresh goods from Canada. And because of Canada's strict, terrible vaccine laws, they're now going to be hitting the trucking industry as of, I think it's tomorrow. The 15th, I believe, is what they said. But so many, they said up to 20, probably 20%, if not 30% of truck drivers plan on, or if they haven't already done so, they plan on quitting or finding another job just to avoid having to take, the jab. Um, which is great, good for them, because this thing, it's not as safe as it's being portrayed. They're hiding side effects and data from us on YouTube and other. Of course, the liberal media is not, of course, reporting. It, just remember what Jesus said about the last days. He talked about deception. I believe Paul even mentions it. Um, people will even be deceiving and being deceived. And so it's a weird world we're living in right now. Like, everything has switched so quickly that, I don't know, it's just, for many Christians that I talk to, we feel like we're living in like a twilight zone or another world. And we, at least those around me immediately, are seeing all the signs of the coming New World Order, the coming Antichrist beast system. So all these world leaders are seem to be moving in unison, and Biden, of course, tried to do the mandate, and thank God the Supreme Court struck down most of it, at least for large businesses. But just pray, keep praying for righteousness and justice to be done in the land. We are the salt, and we are the lights, the little Christs. That's what a Christian is little Christ. And so we've got to hold back the wickedness as much as we can, and pray against the plans of the wicked one against us and this nation. Also pray that there would be just laws passed, and that all the unjust ones would not get passed. God listens to those prayers. We just don't pray enough as believers, and we don't pray big enough and believe big enough, I believe. God cares about the little prayers as well as the big prayers. And he cares about the detailed prayers. I've had so many prayers answered by God that I prayed a specific detail for, and it's just blown my mind how great our God is and how much he loves us, that he would answer those prayers. Sometimes they're immediate, sometimes they take months, sometimes they take weeks. It just depends probably on our heart or God's timing on it. So anyways, I'm going to start linking good Bible teaching teachers that I would suggest for new believers or any believer really. There's one, Athey Creek is the congregation that I listen to. I can't remember the pastor's name, but solid teacher, a solid pastor, and he also gives prophecy updates. But I think the sermon I'm going to link is in the book of Joel, and it's a good sermon. That's really good. I don't always agree 100% with every single pastor that I listen to, but I always find the solid, try to find the solid teachers, and it's like the Lord leads me to them anyways. Pastor Jack Hibbs is a great teacher. He reminds me of my old pastor in California, and he is a pastor in California, Chino Hills, I believe. And then Tom Hughes is great for prophecy updates. Amir Safadi out of Israel gives great information. Jan Merkel, awesome, solid woman of the Lord. I love her shows. And then who else as far as a pastor? So Athey Creek and Jack Hibbs, those two I like to listen to. The one out of Hawaii, JD Farag, I'll probably link some of his videos in as well. And the reason I'm doing that is for anybody who needs a good solid church that can't find anyone teaching the whole Bible and the whole counsel of God, then these are really good pastors and teachers to feel encouraged, to listen to throughout the week and get fed. And I encourage you, if you don't have a congregation, try to find one that's a good, solid Bible teaching congregation. Even if they don't necessarily do prophecy updates, just try to find a congregation where you can fellowship with others, because in these last days, it's really important that we support each other, that we pray for one another, that we find a support group and a support team. And anyways, that's my whole point of this video. I'll be posting Athey Creek, that one first, the teaching in Joel. It was a very good, encouraging teaching. And I'll do others as I go, and make more videos or give more prophecy updates. But prepare. I mean, it wouldn't be terrible to prepare for end of January, come February, and all these shortages that are supposed to be happening. Get food, get water, and don't panic. You don't have to panic, but if we're gonna be here maybe through a little bit of the beginning, and I'm not talking about of the tribulation, of the beginning signs of the tribulation, like the signs that, hey, it's about to start, then we may need to supply ourselves, have a supply of 3 to 6 months at the most of food and water, at least, for your family, just in case, we're here just for a little bit, and God likes to rescue us at the midnight hour, So, but everything seems to be lined up, like I talked about in yesterday's video. If you've watched it already, something interesting is going on with the European Union Parliament presidency. The guy died, and now there's a vacancy, and it looks like Germany is going to support France's president as the president of the European Union. And if you have been keeping up with anything on that guy, he's a very prime candidate for Antichrist. I don't know that it's him necessarily, but that guy right there, the arrogance, and the just the hatred for his own people, the way he treats them, especially the unvaccinated, it's ridiculous. Anyways, if you look up history on this guy, Macron, he's very interesting and bizarre at the same time. So, anyways, not saying it's him, but he sure does seem like a good candidate, just like the Pope seems like a good candidate for the false prophet, with all of his scandal as well. Anyways, hope you guys have a great weekend. If you need prayer, please post in the comments, and I will lift you guys up in prayer. I believe in great things happening, so God always listens to our prayers, and sometimes it doesn't hurt to have somebody else interceding for you guys, just to really get there, you know. So, again, God bless you guys. Stay prepared. Keep looking up. Our redemption draws near.